Ich freue mich sehr, wir haben legendären Besuch hier bei uns Backstage bei Rock im Park, nämlich Cypress Hill sind hier. Welcome, it's a pleasure, guys.
Thank you.
You've played here, Rock im Park, several times before, and of course you're famous for being one of the first groups to break boundaries between hip-hop and guitar music. So where does your passion for rock music come from?
Before I got into hip-hop music, you know, that's what I used to listen to, and you know, so it always had a little bit of influence here and there on me.
With me, I just like the same with Be Real. That's before we were, you know, doing the hip hop thing. I was listening to a lot of rock and roll and a lot of funk music, like heavy funk music. One of my first musical experiences when I came from Cuba to America was Elvis Presley and Jimi Hendrix, and from then I just try to find as much rock and roll as I can.
When you play a festival like this, like Rock im Park, Rock im Ring, is that in any way something special for you?
We've put in a lot of work on that aspect, you know, where we do have songs that are more based towards a rock fan base and whatnot. So we feel totally comfortable up there. You know, back in the days when we were on Lollapalooza and festivals like that, we started gaining a reputation for one of the few rap acts that can go up there and perform just as well as any band up there with live instruments. Then we started getting invited to other festivals, and especially out here in Europe, we were getting invited to like straight metal festivals, the only hip hop there with all metal bands. It became a natural thing for us to get up on these kind of stages and be the only representative of hip hop music.
Are there any legends playing in this in this lineup this year that are probably some of your all-time heroes? People like, I don't know, Metallica, Motorhead, something like that?
Well, you know, Metallica and Soundgarden, which has been a favorite of mine, and I'm sure the other guys as well. Linkin Park, you know, which are good friends of ours. You know, so there's a lot of camaraderie here as well.
There's a remix competition going on for a song like you worked on, so people can just send their remixes?
Yeah.
So what is a good remix in your eyes? What does that remix really need to have?
I don't know. I think for me, you know, it's a number of things. You know, it's got to be percussive. It's got to be a lot of feeling behind it, and just you have to take it to another level from what the original artist did, and that's a hard thing to do. So, but if you can pull that off, you know, usually those type of remixes are the best.
So, of course, your band history of, you know, merging all these different styles and now even dubstep. Do you actually think you're probably a bit more open-minded than any other hip-hop acts?
I would say so. As far as hip-hop bands go, as far as being open-minded, it's, you know, us and the Beastie Boys is like, you know, no limits, no parameters, you know what I mean? We do what we want, and if we like it, you know, we're going to put it out, you know what I mean? And, you know, and I love that about our band because, you know what I mean, we don't have, you know, we're not scared of nothing, you know what I mean? We'll go jam with who we want to jam with, you know what I mean, and challenge the fans to like it. You know what I mean? And all the time, you know, people end up liking what we do, but you got to stay open-minded, and you got to stay, you know, and that helps your creativity, you know, to flow easier, you know.
Were you ever bothered about that your fans probably couldn't follow the experimental approach you sometimes, the paths you sometimes took?
Yeah, I mean, there's always the fans that are more a purist form of thinking, where they just want you to do what they're used to you doing as Cypress Hill, as opposed to doing such experimental things. They feel like it wastes time, and it wastes time because you could be making all this, you know, like bona fide Cypress Hill music as opposed to experimenting. But, you know, that's what part of being an artist is about, is trying to experiment and evolve and do something different and not be redundant and repetitive. That's just who we are. We continue to do things that nobody else will do, and we, like you said, we're open-minded, so, you know, we can't just limit ourselves to one specific thing, you know.
I think a rodeo, a fan filmed you smoking weed on stage, and I watched you doing it again today. So I guess after 20 years, this is still on your agenda, the legalization of marijuana.
Most definitely. You know, we've been pretty close. We're getting closer, and you know, still there's obstacles, especially at election time, which is what's going on back home. The possibilities are all there. It's just that people have to get involved in the voting process and, you know, speak their mind on what they want instead of, you know, hiding and thinking that, oh, if I go vote for this, my name is going to be on a list and then my life is going to... No.
Yeah.
You know, fight for the things that you believe in, you know.
So the weather is getting pretty messy.
Yeah, we brought that with us.
You brought that?
Yeah.
No, we didn't. Thank you very much. It's been a huge pleasure and a big honor. Cypress Hill hier bei uns backstage bei Rock im Park. Thank you very much.